A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you, and I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to start at the beginning, with the house. I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms. Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately. I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral. In her will, my mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked. Maybe she thought I'd know, or she thought that the mystery would be enough to bring me back. No one had driven this way in a long time, but I saw a few hoof prints.
There's no way to go faster.
The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it. But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to. The woods around the house have always been uncomfortably silent, as if they're The house was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it. As a child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words. Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house. Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11. The power had been turned off the night we left. For the first time in years, I felt like I was home. But instead of a family, there were just memories of one. Like how only one restaurant would deliver to our house, so we had Chinese a lot. Or how after Louis started working at the cannery, we all got sick of eating salmon. Except our cat, Molly. The table was still a wreck from the night we left. It was like a bomb had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture. Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth. Even the fireplace had a story. Edie told me the bricks came from the original house, after it sank.
What?
Mom always told me to stay out of the basement, so I wasn't too surprised when the key didn't fit. Great-Grandpa Sven built a music box for Barbara, along with the rest of the house. My mom wasn't much of an optimist, but she never stopped believing that my brother Milton was alive. A lot of things got left behind in the whirlwind of that last night. Edie told me once that every Finch who ever lived is buried somewhere in the library. After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes. I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room. I think my mom sometimes regretted not sealing it up. Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him.
What?
Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets. Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of.
We're not going there yet.
Molly always seemed like a girl I could imagine being friends with, if she hadn't died in 1947.
Oh, yeah, cool. Wait. 1937. Oh my god. 10 years old? Calvin, 1915-1961.
My Grandpa Sam spent 7 years sharing a room with his dead brother, Calvin.
So I'm split in two. Oh. One wanted to reach for the stars and the other is more grounded to earth. Probably the two most diverging personalities ever. Gregory, 1976 to 1977.
As a kid, I just assumed every house had peepholes and sealed rooms you weren't allowed inside of.
That's not true. Is that a bathroom? Gregory, the 1-year-old, who's died and they turned his room into a bathroom. What the heck? Sven and Edie. Sven Hofstad Finch. 1915 1964, 1917 to 2010.
The last time I was in Edith Sr.'s room, I was 10 and she was painting my portrait.
It looks like she liked to paint portraits. I mean, I love it.
Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara. Barbara was a child star for 2 years, until America grew out of it.
Wow. And she died.
Edie's father, Odin, built the original house.
Odin. Oh, that's a saw. I mean, there's cool stuff in this house, no doubt. But it's chock full of history and books and things. The spirit among us. The horse, the Norse myths. Oh. What the heck?
Mom must have locked the third floor stairs on the night we left.
Oh my gosh. So I have to go through that little room and Uncle whatever his name, whatever his face is. Room. To go in here and maybe I'll get that key.
Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan. From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me. But I had no idea what was behind that door.
You obviously lived through it.
Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead.
Saving?
I grew up looking at Molly's room through the peephole. Molly's gerbil had a tiny bedroom with its own even tinier gerbil cage.
Huh? What?
Being inside for the first time, I felt like I'd stepped behind a painting.
Now my phone decides to vibrate. What? Oh, is it what I've been... No. Is it the thing that I've been waiting for all these years? It's not. Okay. Molly's room looks nice. She said she died in like 1940 or something. Molly's been dead for long.
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat.
What the heck? I'm playing as the child now.
My Halloween candy was all gone.
Oh gosh. My little girl? Yeah, I am. Look at me.
The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it.
You're eating gerbil food? What? Excuse me? What's next? Fish plates?
I thought about eating Christopher, but I held back.
Huh? Christopher? You're dissecting a starfish, what the heck? This is interesting. It's cool. It's cool. Yeah, it's... I should probably be recording. No. Dude.
I ate a lot of things that night.
Those aren't even edible.
I kept eating and eating.
What? You just shoved the entire thing of toothpaste?
Then I heard chirping outside my window.
What?
It was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her.
I'm sorry. What?
And suddenly, I was a cat.
What?
I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared.
I was trying to reach out for the bird, and next thing I knew, it was a cat.
Mom and Dad didn't even look at me.
I don't even think Dad's alive. There's a cat. And all of a sudden, I was a cat. I still can't believe it. When you're so hungry, you turn into a cat.
I jumped and I almost got her. I could tell she was getting really tired. Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird.
I think this is a dream, honestly.
I gobbled her up. And suddenly, I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass. imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons. I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit. Then I flew off to find something bigger.
And I turned into a bear. What the heck?
A mama rabbit.
Oh, it's just bigger than a regular rabbit.
She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating. And suddenly, I was a shark.
Excuse me?
I rolled off the cliff and into the ocean. Now, I was hungrier than ever.
I'm still very confused.
I wanted fat, juicy seals. I tore off her flipper, and it tasted really good. Grabbed on tight. But I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed. Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere.
I have HP below. Monster. And
I was big, and I moved real quiet.
I thought the toothpaste thing. The toothpaste thing.
I wanted to stop, but also I didn't.
I'm hungry. Candles. They're not edible. You can't eat these. This little girl, Justin.
His belly was rusty razor, his belly was rusty razor, his belly was rusty razor.
Passenger, I was still hungry. And to cross the water, I smelled something new. Something I had to have, so I swam towards it.
Okay.
I slithered onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe.
I'm wondering about this. Whoa. This is cool. Is this a toilet?
I I got closer and closer.
This is Molly's room. Am I about to eat Molly? Or the gerbil?
All my stomach started growling.
Stomachs?
And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to feed, and we both know I will be delicious.
Now, wait.
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have.
Alright.
I got the sense Edie had spent a lot of time here. Before my mom sealed the doors. I can't describe it, but I felt like some part of Molly was still here.
That thing? She said she was lost. She was literally Cthulhu. I don't even know. There's the cat. I am quite confused. I don't even.
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly. I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room.
Okay, saving it right here.